Hey planner friends, how's it going? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Ryan and this is Man with the Plans. And we are back to close out my August budget. So I will leave a link to the August budget video here. Filmed that obviously at the end of July, beginning of August. And I decided to kind of bring back the end of month review. So you've been seeing on the channel for a while now. If you're new, welcome. We love budgeting, we love planning. We've paid off over what, $60,000 worth of debt on this channel. It's been quite an adventure, but if you love personal finance, you love planning, you love budgeting, hit that red subscribe button so you can stick around and be part of this awesome community. So I'm just gonna say, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I lost this header sticker, I don't know, it flew off into the ether. I think this is a really old sticker kit, so it's kind of losing its oomph, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so today we're gonna go through kind of how everything shook out over here in this column and then do some updates on here, and I've got some exciting news about the student loans, so wait for that bit. But yeah, so we'll zoom in here. As you can see, we'll start with the income column. I hadn't shared that in quite a bit, but I estimated $26.50 for each of my paychecks in the month of August and zero additional income. And wouldn't you know, thank goodness gracious, we were over for my income by about $193. So I'll take that, right? Any little bit counts. I happen to get my annual kind of like, we do on your anniversary date, you get a percentage thing. So I think that's what messed with this a little bit, because normally it's pretty spot on, $26.84 type deal. But thankfully, that's gonna be used for some of the other expenses this month because woo-wee, it's been a spendy adventure this month. In a good way though. So let's go ahead and see how we shake out. First up is our rent and parking. Standard $16.99. I did just get my renewal letter and they're upping my rent by like $170 a month. So yeah. Gasp, kind of a lot. It was a bit of a sticker shock, but I've been looking at other places and anything with like a 1-bedroom plus den, which is what I have, is already in like the $2,100 range. So I still feel like I'm getting a decent deal. Obviously long term I'd like to purchase, but I need to decide where I'm purchasing, right? Is it here? Is it somewhere else? So the struggle. But yeah, next up is utilities. Nope, I lied, storage, which is also the same as we expect, $210. My next up is utilities. This is crazy because I was gone for half of the month of July, so I think that's why we were under here. The total came in at $135. But I'll tell you, I got my bill for August for Xcel Energy, which is like my electricity, gas, hot water. And I gotta say, it was like $135 by itself. I mean, I know I had the air conditioning on more and I was here the entire month, but geez, it was crazy. So I'm hoping that as it starts to cool down a little bit into September that it's not so hot and it'll save me a little bit of coin, because yikes, not my favorite thing. And then after that, we have insurance. So this is one of the ones where I was off. It went up to $128.91. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, it just sort of happened that way. So I've readjusted this and we'll make sure to kind of, but yeah, a learning curve on that one for sure. And then the other thing is that in actuality, my internet also went up to $85. So we're both over a little bit there, but nothing crazy. So hasn't been too bad. I mean, these are the bills so far. Next up is gas. We anticipated $125. In total, it came in at $103.20. So that's not so bad. I feel like gas has been pretty stable. And this is budgeting in, I have a pretty long commute, but I've been trying to limit or just maximize when I'm in the office house, so that's been okay. Next up, this one, not good either. $313 in total. I was looking at $225, so I'm pretty over there. Not my favorite moment, but you know what? These things happen, and you know, that's just kind of the way that it goes. It was part of it too, is I think that when I was going to the bachelorette party, we had to stop by the grocery store and pick up some stuff, and so I think that's where that really kind of messed me up. But you know what? You get through it. There's thankfully extra money built in here, which is good. Let's keep moving along. Restaurant, another one that I can never seem to buckle down on. We ended the month at $391, so way over, way over. I'm trying really hard to ramp that down the month of September, but you know what? At the same time, August, summer, going out for drinks, patio, baseball games, random stuff like that, it all just adds up, and so I need to kind of slow my roll a little bit. In terms of personal, thankfully we're under. God knows we need a win And so that ended up at $112. I haven't really bought clothing. I really haven't needed a ton of supplies or other things like that. So I mean, hell, we'll take that as we go, right? And then next up on subscriptions, this ended up coming in way under, thank goodness, at $165.04. So I don't really know kind of what's changed. I think I've cut a couple of things. Like I got rid of Netflix right off the bat. There's a couple other streaming services that I wasn't using, and so I kind of was like, great, love that extra bandwidth, because after these two, we really gotta kind of figure it out, don't we? And then last but not least, the gym is, I put 200, but I always know that it's 197, so we're like saving $3 under, but it's, you know, that's neither here nor there. I can't even buy a coffee for that anymore these days. And then again, now we're back to like the non-negotiables. So my sinking fund, that stayed the same at $475, so right on target there. My Roth IRA, we did manage to get $550 over there, which is super cool. And then in terms of M1, I budgeted 100, but I guess the transfer schedule messed up, so I only put in 50. So that gives us back a little bit where we're under. And last but not least, the bachelorette party. This includes like all sorts of stuff, most of which I've paid for in advance. So we came in under by about $92 at $408. So when you add all of this up, now mind you, we expected to have $4,877 in expenses, and our income was $5,300. Our income came in at $5,493.04. So when you add all of this up down here, our actual total expenses, and I'll try to rewrite this as the way I did it earlier. So our true total expenses came in at, let's see, did I do the math? I did. Okay, great. And I wish I had this sticker, but we're not gonna go searching for that now. It came in at $5,022.15. So the nice part is, even with the expected income, we still were under, which I think is the most important thing for me. Obviously, with restaurant and groceries, that's kind of the serious overage. Thankfully, this bachelorette will pan itself out, so that will get brought back into the fold. But you know, other ways I'm looking to kind of streamline my budget. Do I need the fancy gym membership? I don't go as often as I should. I know I want to, but you know, you can get Planet Fitness for like what, 10 bucks a month or something? I don't know. You know, my insurance does do that, like you go 11 times, you get 12 bucks back or something, but it's not gonna make a huge dent when you're paying $197. So this is something for me to explore. I did look into my contract, and I apparently have to give like 2 months notice, so I don't know, maybe it's something to start the new year with, so I'll put it in October and let November, December run out. Moving on to the other side. Now the way that I break this down is pretty simple. I do my savings and investments here, and then if I had any debts, they sat down here as the primary focus. Back in the beginning, the old days, we had debts a mile long and we weren't really focusing on our savings, but because we have completed baby step 2 and then had to recomplete it, as we will talk about, I've been able to actually create a fully funded emergency fund and have some long-term savings and things like that. Really exciting stuff. I think the first thing we'll do, the fully funded emergency fund, we did not do any withdrawals, and we did not need to do then any contributions. So ending balance is the same at $10,000. Didn't have to touch it this month. Woohoo! Right? Little win. This is where things get big. My long-term savings was, I would say, gutted. I withdrew $16,000 to go ahead, and I just pulled more out than I needed because I was never sure. I'll move it back over, I think, once the dust kind of fully clears. But I took all of this and put it down at these bad boys because I just wanted it out of my hair. Such is life. So we took out $16,000, which hurt my heart to see that number drop down to a single 4 digits. It was sad. But you know what? We've saved it before, we'll save it again. And it's just nice to have a clean slate with the no debt thing. In terms of contributions, I do automatic withdrawals from my paychecks. And so I believe our contributions was $402.67. So already starting our climb back up, if you will. And then interest for the month we gained was $36.57. So I believe if I do this math, all correct. Okay, so when we take this away, add in the contributions, add in the interest, our balance here is $9,563.73. So Again, not super thrilled, but you know what? We'll get to the good news later on in this video, so stick around. Next up, Roth IRA. Our contributions were $550, which brings our percent complete up to 47% for the end of the month, which is exciting. Our growth apparently, I'm going to subtract the 550 because we deposited it, but our growth then ends up being $342.37. So that's kind of nifty. And our ending balance, which obviously this can fluctuate with the stock market and everything, right? $16,602. So yay, Roth. Love to see some growth because I feel like when I started it, the market was like a bit of a roller coaster. So it's nice to see that kind of work itself out. Last but certainly not least, in terms of contributions, it was $50, but I also had a dividend of 98 cents. So contributions were $50.98. I think that was a dividend from last month that I got reinvested that I didn't actually put in there because we have a separate part for dividends down here. In terms of gain loss, we did lose $92.14, and we did gain $6.46 in dividends, having our ending balance be $5,214.67. So not a crazy good month there, right? I mean, it's not wonderful to see the loss, but at the same time, you're still gaining shares, so I'm trying not to be crabby about it because there's nothing else I can do. And last but not least, the part that I'm the most excited. Interest. We didn't pay any this month because it was still on pause. They're starting back up again, I think in September, so I'm lucky to kind of get rid of that. My payment though, one big hunkin' payment, $13,222.83, meaning my ending balance for my student loans is 0. So, bye-bye, student loans, bye-bye. So I just, you know what, as much as I would have loved if the program I had applied for was followed through the Biden administration, but you know what? It's taken care of now, and I can really focus on kind of like leaving that chapter in the past. Yeah, that's gonna about wrap up this month. I feel like there are some wins, there are some losses, or room for improvement, I guess. But overall, August was a lovely month. I did not feel like my lifestyle suffered at all when I was trying to focus on my spending, but big month, appreciate the bump in income, really excited to see what cool things I can do with my long-term savings and my Roth and everything moving forward, kind of doubling down on investing and tightening up my budget so I can really leverage more of my income. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed and you made it to the end, hit that red subscribe button so you can see all of my channels in your feed whenever they're published. I've been making new videos once or twice a week, and it's been a lot of fun. Follow me over on Instagram, same name, A Man With The Plans. And until next time, I'll catch you later on for another budget. Bye, my friends.